You know how in every video there's always an introduction that brings you into the video, which kind of explains what's going to happen and kind of just says hello? Well, I think in this video, I think we do something a little different where we don't do it, where we just hop into the swinging things and get into straight with the point. Starting with this comment from Cool Appy 1290 has a cool head, which says, "Okay, I know this will not get featured, but who are you?" Well, I'm glad you asked, because, hello there, this is Chris, and welcome to my channel, where I do a whole bunch of random stuff inside Minecraft, and in this video, I talk about comments, and, yeah, respond to them. Dang it, that was an intro, wasn't it? But in all seriousness, welcome back everyone. Today we are going to respond to more comments and answer more questions, and yeah, there's a whole bunch of things I have been asked, and there's a whole bunch of things we should get to. Starting secondly, kind of, with James's question, which is, when and where do you record videos? I do mine in my shed, XD. Well, I basically just do them in my bedroom. I'm currently just sitting on my bed, and yeah, I usually do them when, like, the rest of my family is busy doing other things. Basically, like, I don't know, just random things. As long as it's not too loud, because I really don't like background noise, which kind of gets heaped into the video. So whenever it's somewhat quiet, and whenever they are not in the same room, that's when I record videos. And that's where I answer a Bad Doggy Ket's question, which is, who is your biggest inspiration on YouTube, and how do you stay dedicated? So I guess, like, I pick a whole bunch of different types of content creators that sort of mix up their content all the time, but also sort of doing the same thing. People like IBX Toy Cat, like, I see him do a whole bunch of variety of different types of things inside Minecraft. People like Hermits, they all obviously, you know, they do pretty much the same Let's Play thing, but they always mix things up in certain ways. And there's a few other people here and there that I pick and mix people from to, you know, try and do something similar while also trying to do something in my own fashion. And how do I stay dedicated? Well, I try spacing my content out enough. Basically, I do a video every other day, apart from some occasions, but for the most part, I do that to keep myself from getting burnt out. And kind of like what I mentioned before, I try to mix up things every now and then, try to do different types of things, even though we're in the same video game all the time. I try doing things different enough, but occasionally it just inevitably happens where sometimes people do get burnt out. Thankfully, I've not hit that point yet. I could eventually hit that, and we'll deal with that if we do ever hit it. But yeah, dedication, it's a difficult question to answer, but in terms of things I do, that's pretty much it. Next up, we have a question from Two Wrong Moves saying, what is your zodiac sign and what is your least favorite color combination? Zodiac signs, I think mine is Scorpion, maybe, because I was born in November. I don't really understand zodiac signs that much, so not the person to really ask about them. But least favorite color combination, I'm not sure. I guess ones that look unappealing with others, which I guess color combinations are combinations of colors. So I'm not really sure. I guess just, yeah, ones that make me think of other things. I don't know. I don't really have many least favorite colors, I guess. Next up, we have this question from Agent Mindstorm saying, what is your favorite book, movie, show, or other form of entertainment? You can answer anything, really, but I'd like to know what you enjoy. Let's answer all of them. Why not? Book, I don't really read too much, honestly. I'm not that much of a reader, but if I had to choose one, I guess recently I did read a book called Deaf Again. It's about this guy who slowly but surely loses his hearing. If you want to learn more about the deaf community, then definitely recommend that book, because I was reading that for a sign language class. Movie, I don't know. There's many to pick from, but I guess, like, a long time favorite has to be WALL-E, because I'm a big fan of science fiction movies, I guess, and that plus animation, because I actually really like animation too, is something which I really enjoy. So I guess WALL-E. Show, there's not really been too many shows, at least as of late, that's caught my attention, really. Like, I've seen bits and pieces of things like The Mandalorian, I've seen, what's it called? BoJack Horseman. There's not really anything serious that I've been too hooked to. I guess like a childhood favorite of mine would have to be either the original Ben 10 or I guess the animated Transformers movie. When I was really young, that's what I used to like. But I'm interested. Like, if you have any shows you'd want to recommend on any platform, then leave them below. But yeah, I don't really have anything in particular. I just realized this entire video is just me answering, saying maybe or I don't know. So let's change the tides with this next question, which comes in from Minecrafter of Dreams, aka the Tans friend, which says, "Do penguins have knees? And if Minecraft had penguins, would they have knees?" Oh, I mean, if you look at like actual penguins, you can't really see them, but if you look at a skeleton of them, they actually do have little knees. They sort of bend their way down a little bit, but yeah, they in fact do. And because Minecraft is heavily looking towards a sort of realism, adding real life animals, I'd imagine they'd want to keep with that realism. Next up, we have a comment from Enderstar, or Justin in parentheses, saying, "Do you plan to play anything other than Minecraft in videos?" Short answer, no. Long answer, maybe. I mean, if there's a game that comes up, then I might look into making videos on it, but I've mentioned this about 1,000,001 times, but my current setup, recording everything on my phone, it's kind of limiting me to what things I could record, but I think for at least this channel, I won't be doing anything other than Minecraft. If I do plan on doing any other games, I'd probably make a second channel where I do just variety videos of just basically anything, maybe just different games, maybe just talking about certain topics or anything like that, but on this channel, I have no plans. And speaking of plans, I actually have a question from Gamma Boy saying, "What are your future plans for your YouTube channel?" Long-term plans? I don't really know. I guess just keep doing what I have been doing. Short-term plans, sorry. I do have a sort of a list as to future video ideas and sorts of things like that, but because I have like way more like Let's Plays I've been doing recently, I've not been able to do them quite yet, but I do have short-term plans really as to what I'm going to do. I don't want to reveal anything yet, but yeah, they are planned. And by the way, little side thing, if you ever do want me to do any specific type of video or anything like that, feel free, again, leave them below in the comments and I'll look into it. But yeah, short-term plans, haven't planned out. Long-term plans, no idea. But I do have plans on answering Octavie Costa Furs a question, saying, "Have you ever finished a raid without the last pillager being underground?" I might have butchered your name, I am very sorry, but pillagers underground, oh my goodness. All the time. Like, I remember way back when they were first introduced, how they seemed like the most amazing thing ever. Then when they were finally in the game, they were the most amazing thing ever. But then when you got to the point where they did go underground, they did spawn underground, and you had to spend like hours looking for them, just drove me insane. I still love the thing, I still love the raids, but if you ever do one higher above ground and not in a place where you know there's caves, because then you'd spend literally forever on one raid. Next up, we have a comment from Garing saying, "Hey Chris, you should make a Discord server. That would be great." And I don't know about that idea. I don't know if I should have a Discord server. I don't know if there should be work happening in the background where it's being set up and all that sorts of stuff. I don't know if I should have it ready by the next couple of weeks. I don't know about that. But what I do know about is about Noah C's question saying, "Maybe to do a Noteblock song, you should post a world download so people can work it out for yourselves." Maybe, but at the same time, I'm still kind of like, I'm having a hard time still figuring that stuff out. I haven't even figured out how to get the minigame lobby out for download yet. I have been figuring out other ways on having to show off at least smaller versions of songs. So I think for now, every now and then, I'll keep doing smaller tutorials for songs. But world downloads, potentially in the future, if I ever do finally figure it out. I'm sure like it's the simplest thing in the world, but I'm not the best when it comes to things like that. And finally, we have one more comment from the Thick Wombat saying, "Can you talk about this comment?" No. But yeah, that's pretty much all the comments I wanted to talk about in this video. If you have any other questions, if you have any other comments, leave them down below. And also, when I do want more comments in the future, I will be leaving a comment on YouTube asking for them and on Twitter. So keep an eye out for those when I do plan on doing another one of these at some point in the future, maybe the next couple of weeks. But yeah, for now, that's pretty much all I have for you. So thanks for watching, and I will see you all later.